Hello, the Vibe Koge here. Yes, it is my birthday. Happy birthday to the Vibe, if you want to say it. February 24th. Hopefully I make it to another year. I'm doubtful, but hey, let's go. You're reading it right. What if Naruto's soul fractured? Which might not make a lot of sense until you look at the people behind it. Let's go with the story. What changes are happening? Well, one of the differences is the near-death experience, or Naruto actually dying in a sense, and that would be when he fought against Orochimaru the first time. Something within Naruto, deep within his psyche, his subconscious, his mindscape. Kurama couldn't reach him. He was desperately trying to bring him back from the brink of death. But this feeling, a feeling of emptiness, nothingness, then loneliness. He felt the two conflicting with one another. The sense of feeling nothing, never knowing his dream, the sacrifices that he had put in, all his effort, all for naught. Everything. It was pointless. His sacrifices were pointless. What was the whole point of this? He never got to do anything. A rage deep within him started to grow. And, soon, he felt himself, coming back. His heart started to move and his lungs started to function little by little. So, while he's returning, if you will, something happened. And it's as he's leaving, he opens his eyes. At first he was just he couldn't tell whether his eyes were open or closed. He would try and open his eyes, but there would be nothing. So, he imagined him closing his eyes, and then he started to feel his emotions escaping him. So he opened them. And when he opened them, he saw, two people forming. And right before, Naruto was fully gone, they had reached out their hand towards Naruto, and Naruto had actually reached out his. It wasn't really necessarily contact made, but two things did happen. Two kanjis appeared on Naruto's, right pinky and right ring finger that glowed and then disappeared before Jiraiya or Tsunade could notice. Not even Shizune. Naruto would come back from this, and he'd feel weird. The first two emotions, they were definitely there. And I guess you could say that it's just not... He just doesn't feel like himself anymore. You see, something within him is different, and Kurama could feel it. Something within Naruto, his power starting to grow exponentially after this day. Jiraiya sensed it, and so did Tsunade. She would heal everyone else like in normal, and something's really, really, unique about this. And, well, you see, this is where things are gonna get kinda just a little bit fucked up. Sakura would go up to Naruto and thank him for bringing Tsunade so she could heal Sasuke. And, to thank him, she's just like, how about we go get some ramen? Naruto completely just ignores her, walks away. And when she turns to call at Naruto, he looks up, he looks around, and he's just like, huh? What? Oh, Sakura. No. Sorry, I was lost in my own head. I'm gonna go. And then he just body flickers away. Sakura was kind of confused, what's wrong with Naruto? That was weird. She didn't really do anything to it right now. And, well, yeah, one of the things that's gonna come back to haunt them. Yet again, we time skip, 2 days. Sasuke, he's almost completely healed and the fight is gonna happen soon, but something's off about Naruto. He's become a lot more different. A lot of people notice that he's been spacing out more often now. It's just really weird. What hurt Jiraiya was, Naruto, he's kind of, not wanting to train with Jiraiya either. Jiraiya knew that, okay, well, something's wrong with my student. Just the aura that he's giving off is really weird. Naruto doesn't really know how to explain it himself, but this emptiness, it's just so powerful, and he doesn't know what to do with it. One day, it's the day that he'll fight Sasuke, but something else is different. And that would be, he's at the training grounds right before he was gonna go visit everyone. He's going through the motions recently. That's all he could feel, is that things aren't necessarily as real as they should be. No matter what he really does try and do, things aren't like how they should be for him. It does feel artificial for him. It was weird. The ramen that he eats and loved so much, nothing changed, but it didn't smell as appetizing for him. The flavors weren't as rich and flavorful as they used to be, but there was no change in the recipe whatsoever. It's just slowly Naruto started to lose the color of the world behind him. It was kind of strange. One person who was kind of worried, and, well, my bad. My bad. As, like I was saying, this person would see Naruto, and, well, she's worried about him, especially because Naruto, she's here at the Hidden Leaf, and she's gonna become Hokage, so fuck it, might as well. She would talk to Naruto, and Naruto would look at Tsunade, and he feels distant. He feels off. He doesn't know what's wrong. He even tells Tsunade that, ever since, she brought him back from dying, he just doesn't really know what he should feel. Tsunade also kind of, doesn't really know how to explain this to Naruto. She can't really help him with this either. This isn't really something, done. Normally when you die, you stay dead. So Naruto coming back like this wasn't, bad, but it was definitely weird. Naruto admits that it's strange. He knows that both Tsunade and Kurama pumped an insane amount of chakra to try and bring him back, and it worked, but what if, what they brought back wasn't fully him? Things aren't as good as they used to be. He even admits, like, things just, they don't appeal to him like they used to. Things are bland, or more boring, more dull, and well, Tsunade would hug Naruto, feeling sad. She doesn't really know what to do. Naruto's in this predicament that not really anyone can help him with. A state of near death, actually dying. Tsunade has always felt like, death was always better than living, when Dawn died and then her brother. All this stuff, it was just so painful for her to try and, deal with, but I don't know. She's just confused. She hugs Naruto and she's trying to comfort him, and Naruto can feel like something, some sort of attachment that Tsunade has to him. Something that he wasn't aware of, but a tear does fall out of his eyes, and Tsunade does catch it. She doesn't say anything, but she just hugs Naruto. Naruto had unconsciously finally felt something that he had longed for without even realizing, and that was necessarily the embrace of a comforting mother or a motherly figure. The warmth you would get from, you know, I guess this sounds really fucked up if you don't know, but okay. We know Naruto never has parents, so he would never have one of those moments where a child is alone crying and then his parents would comfort him. We all know this. So Naruto does not. He wasn't aware of what he's feeling is what that connection would be when a motherly figure would comfort him, show him love. He doesn't know how to react, especially now that he's died. His whole concept of emotions and living are kind of, weird now, especially because this is his second time coming through, and he's just like, I'm not sure if I'll come back next time. Shit like that. It gets really strange for Naruto. So while he does, allow Tsunade to have this moment, it doesn't last long. Eventually that feeling does disappear, and then it becomes strange to him. He knows Tsunade's holding him, but he can't feel the same warmth that he just felt. He doesn't feel the same connection. It's fading yet again. He's just like, what is this? This nothingness. He said that out loud. He didn't realize he did. Tsunade would let go of Naruto, and Naruto, he's just saying, oh, sorry, Tsunade, I'm gonna go. Tsunade feels kind of sad because she can't help Naruto with this, so, yeah, hey, he does say he's gonna go visit Sasuke and his friends, but when Naruto said that, there was this weird pause, as if nothing, like, not really there. Like, when he said friends, it wasn't really what he was saying. You could have replaced the exact same word with strangers, foreigners, shit like that, and it would have the exact same sounding impact of nonchalantness, like there's no attachment to said people. So yeah, it was kind of strange. Tsunade's worried, but they could do nothing for it right now, which, yet again, oof, oof, big oof. So when Naruto is right there, and Sasuke does his whole emo shit and wanting to fight Naruto, he doesn't really see the need to fight Sasuke this time. He even looks away, saying that that's pointless. Nothing would benefit them. So, yeah. Here's what happens. You see, Naruto, he tries to walk away, but Sasuke would not let him. And, he flares his Sharingan and he tells Naruto he'll make him if he refuses him. He has his Sharingan. Oh, I love that one. Pause. Okay, I have it ready on my Xbox. So, yeah. And it is now liked. Okay, now where was I? Yes, Naruto. I bet you thought I was gonna go watch the video. No, since I was playing music through YouTube, I just have it paused now. So, gonna do this the rest without anything. So, this is where our timeline's gonna get kind of strange. You see, Sasuke said he'll force Naruto if he doesn't want to comply. Naruto lets out an empty chuckle, and he's just saying, "Fine, let's just go end this Uchiha." Which Sasuke smirks. He chuckles to himself. He thinks he's got this. So he goes off. The roof fight goes very differently with Naruto. His use of shadow clones was a lot more. I guess you could say brutal. Which Naruto would purposely be sending in his clones with explosive tags to wear down Sasuke. His own clone hiccups. Damn. Ow, I hit my chest. Anyway, yes. So, like I was saying, Naruto will be sending his clones in with paper bombs in at Sasuke, so even if Sasuke were to dispel them, they would still be an explosion. And yeah, no. Yeah, no. Sasuke is just like, fuck. He would be launching fireball jutsu to try and dispel all the clones, but he was caught lacking. You see, behind them, the real Naruto would appear, and he would grab Sasuke by the face and proceed to slam him into the ground of the exact roof of the hospital. He would jump off of Sasuke's body. Sasuke, he's hurt, he's damaged, he's pissed. So pissed off, in fact, that he activates the curse mark, stage 1. He's pissed off at Naruto, so he uses the Chidori, and he's running at Naruto. Naruto has his back turned, and he can feel it. He turns around to Sasuke, and Sasuke, he's just saying, Naruto! As he plunges his hand right into Naruto's chest. Naruto didn't even bat an eye. Sakura's eyes widened in horror, and then Sasuke, 2 seconds later, he's just like, wait, no, Naruto, what did you do? No, no, what did I do? As Naruto spits out blood, and yeah, Sasuke removes his hand from Naruto's chest, and it is right above his heart, right below his clavicle and collarbones, beneath his throat, just where Ukiyota's hollow hole is, just above that, because it's technically right above the heart, just a little bit. So yeah, Naruto, full impalement. Sasuke's eyes, in horror and twisting, warped into the Mangekyo Sharingan. He falls under extreme trauma at what he could have done. Naruto's just standing there. He spits out blood even more. Kakashi arrives and, well, oh god. Oh god, is he in horror at what had happened. Naruto's still standing, which everyone is surprised at. They're like, how? Sasuke had passed out due to, emotional trauma of impaling Naruto, which, yeah, no. This is, I'm gonna say before the Sound, remember, this is before the Sound 4 whipped his ass and told him that there is higher levels of power with Orochimaru like this. Instead, you have here where Kakashi comes in, they kind of have to arrest Sasuke, and, well, emergencies called out to Tsunade about Naruto being impaled. So yes, they're rushing, but something weird happens. Naruto, he tilts his head up to the sky. He's looking at the sun, and weirdly enough, just for the sake of bullshit, a solar eclipse is happening. Darkness is overtaking, the Hidden Leaf. They're all looking up as they see the solar eclipse, and they're like, whoa. Some of them are looking directly at it, which is very, very bad. Do not do such thing. And, Naruto, this is what surprises and terrifies Kakashi. Naruto would say, in close, back to the what if, as, yes, Naruto closes his eyes, and then, he starts looking up, as then he's saying, Resurrección. Excuse me. Yawn. I thought I was gonna burp, so I paused and I didn't pause. But no, he's go like, Resurrección. Mosiliago. As this dark green aura just erupts from the hole that, came from Naruto's. Naruto's hair goes, From blonde to black, and black wings sprout out of his back. He floats up into the air. Everyone sees this as then Naruto, he feels what had happened. Death, nothingness, emptiness. This was that feeling. He breathes in and out as he slowly embraces it, succumbs to it, and, he loses the fear. And thus, a fragment of his soul, you know, breaks off, accepting the power of death. And the kanji on his right pinky glows even more as Naruto would ascend down into the ground. The eclipse isn't over, but something does change. Naruto's hair goes from black, no, from blonde to black, and it's has not reverted back. It's really weird. The wings do disappear, and Naruto's hollow hole, or the hole in his chest, if you will, also has not disappeared. Naruto breathes in and out as he then, he's just like, I get it. I understand. Kick about. Los Lobos. As now, this is what surprises Kakashi. And a lot of Inozaka dogs start howling and, whining, complaining about something being off. Well, several animals, canines throughout the whole Leaf Village, are just howling, in anticipation for this, massive surge of power because there's a blue beam shooting up into the sky right now. It's mesmerizing to some of the Leaf Villagers. They went from seeing the solar eclipse to seeing Naruto explode with dark green energy, becoming some weird Batman figure, and now blue beam shortly right above where the demon fox was. Naruto, the kanji on his right ring finger would glow ever so slightly. The first one was bat, the second one was wolf. And now he falls down. His hair changed yet again. Now a more brown, less obvious color. But something else was really different about Naruto. He's taller. Unbeknownst to Kakashi and Naruto, and pretty much everyone, each time, he had gained one of these new acceptances of death, and, another fragment of his soul is fractured, torn off, and thus the power of said ability is given to him. He, ages. His lifespan is being shortened by a certain amount, so aged up, aged up. He's now aged up 2 whole years, which, nice. Naruto, then something weird happens. He spits out blood again, and then he falls to the ground. As he falls to the ground, he re-enters this dark, empty void. He's falling. He opens his eyes as this time he does see a difference. This time he sees, imagine Los Noches and Hueco Mundo. So yeah, the eyes in temple. He sees something like that, and he kind of lands right on top where the statues of these 10 figures would be there, and 2 are now empty, as 2 figures walk out as they introduce themselves as Ukiura and Stark. They are espadas. Fragments of their souls have been scattered throughout Hueco Mundo, and the only way you can access this place is through death. And if you meet one of the criterias for this, you have strong power. Your death, gives you one of these, I guess you could say, echoes. a certain emotion or aspect of death that leaves this residue, this echo of your tainted soul, your fractured soul is, not fully gone either. A piece of it would be given to the statue, you are given a second chance at life, and then you gain power. They're looking at Naruto because Naruto has fulfilled, two requirements. And actually, they're looking around. Naruto's hand glows, his right hand is glowing, as three kanjis appear on his right index finger, his right middle finger, and his right thumb. Ow. Ow. Now, you have the kanji for shark, panther, and mantis, which Naruto's confused on these three. The two would explain to him those are the next ones, and when he dies again, they're gonna give him power, which Naruto's saying, I have to die again? Yes. They look at the other ones and they're like, chances are you're gonna get the other ones too. Normally, hey, just one, but we were waiting for somebody. What do you mean? You see, our souls are, gone, lost. And, well, here's the thing, kid. You see those kanjis on your fingers? Once you release them, will disappear, will become a part of you, fusing into you. The lost pieces of your soul, the fragmented pieces, they're shaping and leaving pieces for us to fit in. Once all 10 of us are in, your soul, we'll actually be able to die, finally. Our powers kind of be left in you, but yeah, in order for us to find peace, we kind of need to have someone die a few times for us. We didn't know it'd be you, so sorry that you're our chosen one. Naruto would look down as he's like, so those emotions, you guys each died feeling the same thing I did? Yep. And I'll get stronger, right? He clenches his fists as he does realize he is a lot stronger than he was a few hours ago. So, Ukiura and Stark would explain to Naruto, yes, and he kind of has to fill out their requirements for death. The other ones, you have to die in a certain aspect, or the aspect of death has to be around you to affect you in such a mannerism. What do you mean? Okay, well, like, Stark has to kind of put it bluntly for Naruto. There are two here that can only be opened by technically killing someone. And, well, yeah. Naruto's eyes widen as he's saying, why? Which two? Well, that's the thing, Naruto. They're not on you just yet. They're on the other five. He points out to this man with pink hair and weird tendrils and the two-headed creature with multiple giant mouths. As he explains, those two, you're gonna need to kill somebody. He points out to the skeletal one. That one's probably gonna be the last one you unlock. He points out to the one with multiple eyes on his body. Says, that one, oh, my boy. Think, hedonistic and overindulgence to die. So that one's gonna be your favorite one, honestly. Naruto's just like, okay. He then points to, the blue-haired, busty centaur woman, as he explains, hers is gonna be another painful one for you, kid. What do you mean? Well, you're gonna have to, you know, die losing something close to you. What do you mean? That one is a double death. You have to die with losing someone precious to you. Dying knowing you couldn't protect them. And lament over their sorrows, your soul and your weakness on not being able to protect them. That is where you'll find the strength for that one. He then points to the one with the mantis. That one, a mindless beast in a sense. Destruction and devouring, that's all it's good for. He points to the panther one. That one is cold and calculating, but very destructive in its own right, seeing nothing but its own power. One is pride, the other one is desperation. One will have honor, the other one does not give a shit. And then he points to the busty shark-haired, the busty dark-haired shark lady. And then he's saying that one's probably the one you're gonna unlock next, honestly. What? What do you mean? The death of sacrifice. What do you mean? When you push yourself over the limit, so much so that it ends in your death, burning throughout your whole life. That is how you would unlock that one. You know, he looks to the other two and he asks, what about you two? Ukiura would say, when you embrace the nothingness of, Sasuke and letting him impale you, that was his death. Stark was technically the first one, which is why it's kind of weird for him to be second, but since he's not the strongest one, he doesn't really care. So, yeah. The loneliness that Naruto felt is how Stark came into existence. And the emptiness that Naruto felt was just slightly more than the loneliness that he felt. So, yeah, that's why Ukiura's on the pinky and Stark is on the index. Not index, but ring. Naruto would look at them as he chuckles. But the chuckle he has is kind of sad. Very empty, too. As then he realizes, so, what happens if I release you guys, before the other ones wake up? Well, we'll be fused into your soul. And if I were to die, do you guys break off again? No. That's the thing. You could fuse with we could fuse into you, and you could still gain the other kanjis, and then have to go through the death. But, Naruto, our souls won't be fractured once we join in with you. When you return, you'll realize the emptiness is gone, and so is the loneliness. Each time you sacrifice yourself, your power rises exponentially. Now go. There are new jutsus for you to learn. As they both, place their hand on Naruto, and Naruto just wakes up in the hospital. Sasuke, he's in prison. Hinata's, she was crying over Naruto, worried. Tsunade was also worried. And, well, when Naruto sees Hinata, just passed out on his chest, he's just like, huh. So I guess she cares about me. Naruto would place his hand on Hinata's head, and he's just like, I hope it's not you. Yeah, kind of strange. Naruto would, tap Hinata's head a little bit, because he's just like, I gotta pee. So yeah, Naruto, he gently wakes up Hinata. Hinata, who gets really flustered and nervous that Naruto's alive and awake, he's just saying, save it, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Just give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, Naruto would step out of the bathroom, Hinata gone, and there's a note saying, "Sorry, Naruto-kun, glad you're alive. Um, see you later." Naruto's just like, oh, it's for the best. As, yeah, Naruto, he would wait for Tsunade to show up because, of course, the nurse would see Hinata running out and, come to the conclusion, oh, Naruto's awake. Go get him. Go get Tsunade. Tsunade comes too, and they're like, Naruto, what was up with the light show? Your chest, it's healed. Did the Nine Tails? And Naruto's just like, it's okay. And then, simple question, and this one really, really, annoyed Tsunade. Why did he let Sasuke stab him? Naruto's just like, he legit looks down at the ground as when he looks up to Tsunade, she sees something's different about Naruto. The emptiness and the loneliness that she saw in his eyes, it's still there, but not as potent. Almost a sense of, like, slight regret, honestly, on his eyes, and determination. She doesn't really know how to put it. Regardless of whatever weird mixture of emotions Naruto's feeling, she could tell that, okay, he's not going to be doing something like that again. Good. She would go to Naruto, give him a hug, as, she's worried. Naruto would say, he's been on his own for so long, so it's weird, finally getting, someone to actually care about him like this. He would wrap his arms around Tsunade and hug her. And they would have this nice, familiar moment, which, it was kind of strange. Tsunade, she sees traces of Milwaukee inside of Naruto, and, it's like she's seeing Naruto kind of like a son. So, this emotional connection she has, she'll swallow her pride. I stutter too much. Anyway, she swallows her pride and tells Naruto that, it's strange. Naruto reminds her of her younger brother, and it causes her to, kind of view Naruto like a son. And, she never had a child. The man she loved died in war, and, so she gave up on that. So she gave up on her whole family thing. But, as she's holding Naruto, she says, Naruto, you're pretty much the son I never had, so please don't make me worry. It's selfish of me to ask this. Naruto would be, feeling kind of bad, just a little bit for worrying Tsunade. So, he's saying, I'm sorry. Thanks, Granny. Tsunade just like, she's just like, okay, I'll punch you later. I'll punch you later for making me worry. Naruto's just like, don't worry, I'll be fine. And next time I'll die, I'll be springing back to life a lot more quicker. He chuckles, and she's just like, you're kidding, right? Naruto just shakes his head. Nah, chances are I'm gonna be dying a few more times before I get strong enough. And of course, he points to the Nine Tails. With the Akatsuki around, I'm gonna be doomed. I get, no, not Akatsuki, but he would mention Itachi because Itachi came for him. F. Anyway, yeah. Here's where things get more interesting. You see, when Naruto, sees Sasuke again, Sasuke does apologize to Naruto, and he feels bad about stabbing Naruto, especially because he actually thought he killed Naruto in a fit of blind rage. Naruto's just like, he doesn't care, and you know what? If Sasuke has a problem with Naruto so much, the answer is simple. And, Naruto's already filled out the paperwork for it too. So, they don't need to worry. Which, Sasuke's just like, what do you mean? I requested to join the Anmu. I'm gonna be leaving Team 7. Yeah, he walks away. Sasuke's shocked, and, well, of course, Sakura, the fangirl, was near, and she heard all of this. She just wasn't, like, you know, in the group. She was just about to join, but, she kept quiet when she overheard the conversation, because she knew it would be kind of awkward. She was just surprised, and, well, one other person who heard, and he was about to, talk to the two, especially because Sasuke used his jutsu to stab Naruto, and then he just heard what Naruto said. So, Naruto, he leaves Sasuke and Sakura, but Kakashi, on the other hand, nah. He would appear next to Naruto and ask him if he overheard correctly. Naruto, what do you mean you're leaving Team 7? Naruto just looks at Kakashi, tilts his head, and he's just like, I mean, if you overheard it, I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean. I'm done. I'm just done with Sakura, with Sasuke, with Team 7 in general. Naruto looks at Kakashi as he straight up says, no offense, it's just, I don't see a point. I'm not gonna strain myself, sacrifice myself for Sasuke or Sakura. For the Leaf Village, sure, but not for them. Sorry, Kakashi. As, Naruto would go off, and yeah, you see, we time skip. It has been 1 week. The Sound Four have, this is when I'm gonna say they invade due to, one thing changing, and that is the fact that Kabuto was able to heal Kimimaru, and Orochimaru got his body from Kimimaru. So, no Kimimaru versus Gaara and Rock Lee fight. But, yes, Orochimaru now has the bone manipulation. But something's unique about Naruto. He wears an all-black Anbu outfit, and he wears a unique helmet rather than a mask. Tsunade was thrown off by it, but hey, you do you, Naruto. It would be a similar outfit to the man down here. And what's surprising here is that Naruto is wearing, rings over the gloves that he has on, which, excuse me, sorry. Back to the what if, as I was answering the whole supervisor group chat thing that I didn't want to actually answer. It was just annoying as hell. As I was saying, Tsunade surprised at Naruto's new outfit, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Which she doesn't really ask, but they'll come back later to haunt her. You see, Sasuke, well, pretty much under house arrest, so the Sound Four couldn't really just go up and grab him because there were more than enough shinobi to, cause suspicion, which, Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. So yeah, they're like, okay, Orochimaru, we're gonna have to wait to get Sasuke. It's fine. I've recently attained my body. We'll try again. We'll watch from the shadows. Slowly but surely, Sasuke will come to me because of the curse mark. Well, so they think. You see, something unique is happening, and that's gonna be the jutsus that Naruto's gaining, which, yeah, pretty much are the Espada techniques. So, Naruto shooting out concentrated chakra beams from his fingertips. He launches this chakra javelin, but one thing that he was surprised that he could do was the sonido. That high speed movement of his, which was faster than the body flickered and covered more distance. It actually surprised him and took about just the same amount of chakra, honestly. Nice. So yeah, we time skip. Something unique is happening. Something special about Naruto's jutsus. Something that, you know, not many people thought would happen. And that is, Naruto, he wanted to do a demonstration for Tsunade, and of course that means other people would show up. This would be the time that the Sound Four would kidnap Sasuke and, take him to Orochimaru, just in case you're wondering. And of course, Sasuke was on the fence, but when all four turned into stage 2 curse marks and proceeded to stomp his shit, they pretty much, gave him the pills, put him in the coffin, and then dipped. So, yeah, Sasuke got his shit slapped. Anyway, back to the what if, as they also took Anko. That's going to be for a different purpose, though. 2 people disappearing. As Naruto, he's in his outfit. Everyone's kind of confused because his black shinobi gear, he wears black boots, black pants, a black ninja vest, and he has arm guards and gloves. But he has 10 rings over his gloves, which they're confused at. Of course, Naruto's just like, the rings, don't concern them, so, just watch his jutsu. Naruto would pull back his fist, his right hand, and then when he shoots out a punch towards the air, what surprises everyone, and he told the Hyugas, and especially Kakashi, to use their dojutsu to see how his chakra is going to be flowing. You see, his punch causes his chakra to shoot out. It hits inside of the air, and then it dispels, and they see it cause a rift, a breach. Naruto has opened a space-time ninjutsu, which think of similar to how the Espada, they could, just tap into the air, and then, this QB figured portal would go in there in La Garganta, and then they could go to Hueco Mundo. Well, yeah, Naruto's getting his own version of it. I'm just gonna make it seem like, not seem, but I'm just making it where it looks like Vibe's powers from the Flash comics or the actual, comic books if you've never read them. But yeah, no. The blue beam, it vibrates throughout his fist, shoots out into the air, causing a rift to open, and, Naruto steps in. Breach closes. They're using the Byakugan. They can't see shit. They even saw that, it caused a rift in space itself. They looked behind the portal. Shit was weird. That shit's not normal. 2 minutes later, another breach opens as, Naruto steps out. And what he steps out with was surprising. He sticks out his hand as the girl, she takes it, and, she steps forward. She's, blushing because it's been a while since she's seen Naruto. It's been a minute, and he looks older, so, she's just like, well then. Hi, Naruto. Hey, Princess Koyuki. The Land of Snow arc mission, which kinda is weird because due to the canonical timeline, it would have been slightly after, Sasuke got Tsukuyomi'd by Itachi, but before he left with Orochimaru. So I'm gonna just say it was right before he gets Tsunade. So weird as fuck. And since in the movie Sasuke barely did anything, I'll just make it where he was thinking about, the shit that he had went through and all the things from his other thing. Which, wait, how did he heal Tsunade? Well, I would just say they weren't at 100% during the movie, so they got their shit slapped more and they were more injured. So Tsunade had to heal them. Makes it easier. QB Chakra also helped heal them too, because why not? So, yes, they didn't know. It was more or less just like extracting. Here you go. It was Yamato. Yamato who did it, since he had what style. Of course, Naruto was unconscious, so he didn't know, and neither did Sasuke or, Kakashi. But, hey, QB Chakra heal the body. It does it some goodness. They were like at 90%, so, hey, their shit got slapped worse. So, yeah. Anyway, Princess Koyuki would see Naruto, and, it's only been like about a month, but she's just like, damn, this boy grew. She's just like blushing that Naruto was just like, here, please come back to the Leaf Village with me. Oh, Naruto, you just show up out of nowhere and you ask me so sudden. Okay, Naruto would open a breach in front of her and she's just like, whoa, that's, Naruto's just like, yeah, I don't have Flying Raijin yet. Oh, takes her by the hand. They go into the breach world, which, yeah, don't worry. It kind of looks like a void world similar to Kamui, so, hey, don't worry. He's gonna do it nice and fancy. Eventually he'll make it look like Aizen's castle in there, but that's not why we're there. So, he enters there, and then he breaches another portal, and then they just walk through. She's just like, can you just do them anywhere? Places I've been. Cool. Naruto, he takes Princess Koyuki. Everyone's just like, but the Land of Snow is at least like a month worth of traveling, and but that would, Naruto just nods his head as he's saying, yeah, I call it my breach jutsu. It lets me breach a dimension that, space is irrelevant. Once I'm in there, I can open another breach into a different place. Can you open breaches between locations here? Yes, but it'll require more chakra. I kind of just like dipping into this world, since I haven't fully perfected this jutsu. Naruto... Nane? What? Yes, anyway, back to the what if. As, Naruto explains, things are kind of weird for him now. He has two other jutsus that, he'll show them all. And Princess Koyuki's here, so, yeah. Naruto, he claps his hands together, and out of pure chakra, he forms a sword. He grabs the blade. Everyone's confused on why Naruto needed this sword. And then, he places it down. He claps his hand again. And then he creates a lance. He implants the lance into the ground. He claps his hands again. And then he makes an axe. He then throws the axe to the ground. He then makes a staff. Plants the staff into the ground. Everyone is, like, baffled that he's just creating these so casually. He then creates these, but these double sickle that, it has a chains to them. Think of Ukiyora's, claws arms that he uses, just with chains attached to them, and only two of them because he does not have the extra limbs. So yeah, kind of weird. He then places those down, as then he brings out Ukiyora's first form, Zanpakuto looking one, the broken, not broken, but that weird you know, edge blade that he swings around, and the bladed is on the inside, so he can hook you and then cut you up through that way, which is fucked up but kind of cool at the same time. He has that has, he brings that into existence. Everyone's just like, um, okay, so you can make weapons. We see. Mm-hmm. Naruto then creates something that they've, not really ever seen before. So, they're not really familiar with such a thing. So Naruto in his hands creates, and I dropped my phone and it hit my bed, in case you're wondering what was that thud noise. Anyway, Naruto creates, you know, two unique black pistols. No chambers, calibers, ammunition needed. It's gonna fire pure chakra. Naruto would say this is for the other jutsu I'm about to show you guys. Naruto points one of the guns towards the sky. It's pointed up. As his body starts to glow with this intense dark blue brilliant aura that's just engulfing him. He's starting to, make civilians cover their eyes. As then the glow subsides, a little blue sphere appears right above the gun. As then, he's saying Cero Metrielta, as he pulls the trigger, as thousands of little blue blasts and beams of energy just shoot into the sky, creating a magnificent light show. Everyone sees the explosion of blue chakra. Everyone could feel the shockwaves. And here's the thing. Those who could sense chakra are, low-key terrified. What Naruto just released was the equivalent of 3 Biju bombs. And, he's not panting heavy. I mean, yeah, this took a lot out of him, and he could probably launch this only 2 more times, but, strong face. He holsters his pistols. Nani? Gross. Gross. Anyway, back to the what if. Naruto, everyone is just in awe, as then the, weapons he creates just disappear, except for the pistols. The pistols, he keeps them strapped to his waist near his ninja toolkits, which everyone's just like, okay then. I kind of want those guns. Gross. As now here's where things are gonna get unique. Princess Koyuki was just like, Naruto, wow, that's just incredible. At this moment, the explosions of Sasuke's battle with the sound floor, Anko being taken would be happening. Naruto would look up towards that direction. He shuts his eyes, and he's just saying, and Sasuke is being taken, along with the Chunin exam's second proctor. Everyone looks at Naruto saying, how do you know? Naruto saying he can sense it. So, he'll be right back. As, he pulls out his gun. Everyone was, about to run away because they're like, oh fuck. Gross. He then pulls a trigger, shoots out a blast, a bullet that, when it hits, it creates a breach. And this is what surprises everyone. From the breach, they can actually, those who are looking through it, could see, the village just another way. If we cut to the perspective of the sound 4, a boom is heard, and then this giant poof of blue energy appears a few feet in front of them. So, Naruto, he walks through his side of the breach. His portal closes, as then the sound force see Naruto. Naruto just looks at them, and he's just like, I'm gonna kill 2 of you. He then disappears, grabs Toyuya by the face, slams her into the ground, and, well, this is what everyone was kind of, well, not everyone, but the remaining sound for were, you know, terrified, is when Naruto, grabbed her by the head and then slammed her head down into the ground, her body, didn't follow, rather than Naruto just kind of, ripped off Toyuya's head and then slammed the head into the ground, crushing it. And yeah, Toyuya's headless corpse falls. Naruto's just like, huh, guess I should learn how to hold back. Jiroba was about to slam into Naruto one of his giant heavy boulder fists. Naruto's just like, so you're the second one who dies. Naruto would shoot out a breach portal. No, not a breach portal, but the same chakra beam that he used to make a breach, hitting Jiroba, paralyzing him. Naruto keeps the energy beam up, as then he looks at the other ones as he's saying, okay, like I said, two of you are gonna die, So, you already took Sasuke and you're taking Anko. Go ahead and go. Tell Orochimaru, I'm coming for him, and I will kill him this time. As, sound for the remaining Saikon, Yukon, and Spider Dude leave, Jirobo's just like, you bastards, why won't you help me? As Naruto's just like, they know better. Naruto would then place his hand right above Jirobo's heart as he pulls back. His open palm is glowing this unique red color. Sparks of electricity are ever around it. As Naruto then, with a palm strike says, Bala! As the palm strike would send the blast of energy through Jirobo's chest, causing the beam, not the beam, but the energy blast to blast through his body. Yeah, blast through his body. Blah, 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 brain. Anyway, the beam careens into the air so people could see where Naruto is as Jirobo falls unconscious. Naruto, when they come, he explains, so, two of them stayed behind to fight, the other two left with Sasuke and, what was her name? Anko, right? Naruto would then say, so, anyone want to get a team ready? I'll just be, with Princess Koyuki. As, everyone is surprised at what Naruto does next, as black wings form from his back as, flies forward, flies up, and then goes towards Princess Koyuki as he swoops on in, grabbing her bridal style, and then flies up in the air. Koyuki, she's hanging onto Naruto, terrified, and she's just like, Naruto. Naruto's just like, sorry. I figured, well, they go sort some things. Let's you and I go sightseeing to a place. She's just like, what? As, Naruto flies over to the Hokage monuments, where she could then see all the Hidden Leaf Village in all of its glory, the buildings, the cities, and then he'll show her around the actual detailed places that let him eat. That's talking really fast. My throat's dry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is an hour and almost 4 minutes. I'm going to watch the new Anime King episode because I can. I'm gonna just have a post on my community tab, or if you want to say happy birthday, feel free to. And yeah, hold up. Going to be giving you part 3